Favorite things about the Haydn Concerto in C major is that it is so joyful. It is so buoyant, especially the third movement. But as you can hear from the first movement theme that I was playing, even the beginning has this sense of momentum and movement that is, I think, palpably joyful. The second movement, which is incredibly beautiful, again, the slow theme, in some ways related to the theme of the first movement. You can hear the way they climb up a little bit right at the beginning and then fall back down in different ways. But this also is just, it's beautiful in a very serene and maybe even poignant way, but always with a sense of, I think the beauty is not the sort of harsh reality beauty. This is a world that we're dreaming of, or maybe love or something like that. And then in the third movement, the rondo is just fantastically fun and fast and exciting, and gives a lot of opportunities for the cellists to show off their virtuosity. Also a little bit the orchestra, they have their turn as well, and it's quite fun for me as a cellist to be playing that sort of piece, because you get to interact in a way where, especially with the violins, you're egging each other on. It's just a lot of fun. So this will be actually my very first performance in Arizona. My debut with the Tucson Symphony is my Arizona debut. I have worked with David Donsmeyer before. I'm very excited to be joining him for this concert. We've done the Shostakovich Cello Concerto, which is in some ways the polar opposite, mood-wise, a very dark and stormy piece. So now David and I get a chance to come join you in Arizona and have some fun together. This will be my first time playing this concerto in, I think, over a year, but it's one that I learned when I was very young. It's one of the first concertos that I learned. I think I must have been around 12 or 13 or younger. And ironically, it's one of the later concertos that I performed for the first time amongst the standards. I'd already played Dvorak and Elgar and many of the others before I got to this. And my first performance of it was with Herbert Blumstedt and the San Francisco Symphony in 2010. Since then, I've played it many, many times around the country, and even done parts of it in France without a conductor, which was quite a fun experience. It's a concerto that every time I come back to it, that sense, I can't get away from that sense of joy. But it also has, for me, a bit of comfort in being something that I've known for most of my life. One interesting thing about this concerto, even though it was written in the 1700s, it was not discovered and performed until the 1960s. In fact, 1961 it was discovered in Prague, and its premiere, the world premiere of the Haydn Cello Concerto in C major, was 1962. And we knew it existed for a long time, so it was in the catalog of Haydn's works. So a lot of people, composers and cellists, would write the recently discovered Haydn Cello Concerto and try to pass it off as a legitimate. But this is the one that authorities have decided is the original, and we're very glad to have it in our repertoire. And I cannot wait to share it with you in Tucson, so be there, and we'll enjoy some Haydn together.